Hello, I wanted to report a couple of things that were recorded at the Franklin fire in Malibu. The first is going to be this car, it's the sheriff's car that is missing the hood, and it seems like there's some damage done to the engine. The reason this is unusual, or the reason it caught my attention, is because the rest of the car seems to have been unaffected. So just the hood and the engine. And this is something we see in other unusual fires, as the engine is often missing or melted. So I wanted to show that. And then also I caught
So she said she caught some other stuff, and this is just a short video she put out today, less than 2 minutes long. She's going to be coming out with a compilation of other anomalies that she's found in the Franklin fire in Malibu in an upcoming video. So I'll put a link to her channel in the description and the pinned comment. You can go subscribe there for the upcoming video that she's planning on putting out. And I'm going to show you some other examples of where we've seen the hood and the engine affected in the same way that we see there in Malibu. There's a rude awakening coming down the pike. This is also an image from that video by Carol at Never Lose Truth. In fact, this is the same Z71 right there where that guy was standing in front of. I saw that. That's the same truck that's missing its engine block. It's also missing all four doors. You can see the Z71 just over his shoulder. Right there, Z71. This is the same truck that's missing its engine, is also missing all four doors. How does fire burn the doors more extensively than the rest of the vehicle? This is a different kind of fire than anyone's ever seen. Just do that. Okay, so this is from the video 5 Secret Service Vehicles. 5 Secret Service cars destroyed by plasma fire. And I also cover in that video this fire that it was at a coke plant and one at an apartment complex. But the 5 Secret Service vehicles, they have the same thing going on. Missing the hood, engine blocks melted. I'll leave the link in the description. It's a 30-minute long video. But 5 Secret Service vehicles that were rented from Hertz Rental were rented and then returned to the rental company. And all 5 of those caught fire only under the hood, and no other cars on the lot caught fire. Ergo, that was intentional and directed. There's no way around that. And they all show the same exact damage. Only to the front end, and the hood is missing, and the doors are missing, and there's a bunch of different videos where I've shown this same effect. So I'll just leave the links in the description, and you can see for yourself. But that cop car is definitely a plasma fire burn signature. Here we have a video that I titled Plasma from Kenosha to Kazakhstan, and you can see the same thing. It's missing the hood. There's multiple other cars on this lot that were missing their hoods. All the glass is melted. All of the plasma fire burn signatures. And this was in Kenosha, Wisconsin, where there was supposedly a riot that happened. And it created a lawsuit where a kid went out and shot like 3 people, and then he got found innocent. During the riot, these are the fires that happened. Clearly, this is a fire that a person cannot produce with a Molotov cocktail or a can of gas and a match. So, during the riot, they juiced it up a little with some plasma, and you can see that from the aftermath of all of these cars. Those are plasma-fired cars that happened during a so-called riot. Again, there's one missing the hood. It looks like that's what I was pointing out right there.
Plasma fire, guys. So it looks like they're doing some...
Let's check that one missing the hood.
Melted puddles of glass that appear to...
There's 2 of them right there missing their hood, right next to each other. This one, missing its hood. So is this one in front of us, clearly. All the glass is melted, all the rust. That rust appears as a form of electrolysis using the smoke as a medium of ion exchange. This one's missing its rim. So clearly that fire in Kenosha, Wisconsin, that was supposedly lit by the rioters was juiced up with some electromagnetic frequencies. But my point here is the missing hood is a very common repetitive pattern, and the melted engine block. Link will be in the description to watch the rest of the video. Here's another one with the missing hood, melted glass, missing the door handles, etc. Melted rims, but my point here is the missing hood, so I'll get back to that cop car. So it looks like the engine has dropped down in, like the mounting brackets that the engine sat on. The engine doesn't look like it's melted and completely gone, like is often the case, but you can see that the hood is completely gone. No other part of that car is burned, just the hood missing, and it appears that the engine has dropped down in about a foot, like the mounting brackets were melted out from under it. I don't think there's that big cavity under the hood of the cop car before the fire. So it either melted a bunch of parts of the hood, a bunch of parts of the engine. Extensive damage in there, but it looks like there's still something remaining. That looks like the spark plug wires on top there, but I'm not sure. But it definitely looks like there's a big cavity in there that didn't used to be there. Those engine compartments are filled very tight. There's not a big cavity under the hood. And the hood is missing. So clearly, the fire in Malibu was plasma fire. That alone is proof. I found a better angle of those palm trees, where it's not in a vertical video format, coming up. And you can see there's a third one closer to the camera doing the same thing at the same point where the trunk meets the palm fronds. Yep, it's a brave new world.